Hi everyone, I wanted to do a ATM simple program. So let's look at one now. I want to find the menu of the interface. So this one looks good. So let's use this interface. So we want to use that as our interface, and let's create a Python file. We'll save this as, I'll save it on the desktop. Let's just call it ATM. Great. So let's open the ATM file, open up in idle, or edit in idle. So let's make that bigger. So if you have this extra little bits, you don't want that, so let's delete that. And we'll just save. So the first thing we have is a menu. So let's have withdrawal, deposit, transfer. Yeah, let's have all these. So what we want to do is display the menus. So let's make a function. So def. Let's call this get underscore menu, and we'll close that. And then what we'll do is we'll print we'll print the menu. Menu. Great. So now we need to also print something else. So let's print, let's just say, let's print on a new line. So it's /n for a new line. I want to print withdrawal, close that. And so I want to test this out. So in order to test this out, I need to actually call the function. So let's do get menu equals menu dot get underscore menu. Run. How do I call it? So let's just see what it looks like when we print this. So let's call the function get underscore menu. Let's see if that runs. Great, so it's saying menu withdrawal. So let's fix the, let's say welcome, please select from menu. So we have withdrawal, and I want to do a deposit, transfer, balance inquiry, option, preference. Actually, I want to do options and preference. It's probably too much for this tutorial. Let's do deposit, and then we'll do transfer, and then we'll do balance inquiry. Save that, let's run. Okay, so that's looking good. Let's put in a colon here. I think I want to do numbers, so let's say 1 is withdrawal, 2 is deposit, 3 is transfer, and 4 is balance. Let's run that and let's see if that works. Great, so welcome, please select from the menu 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Great, so we have a nice welcome menu. And then what we want to do is allow the person to press 1 and then or 2 or 3 or 4, and that will open up withdrawal, etc., etc. So the first thing we need to do is so let's comment this out, because we're not going to use it right now. So the next thing you want to do is, let's give them a menu choice. So let's call this variable, and we want to get an input. I'll put that on a new line, so I'll do single quotation. I'll open up the quotes, and I'll put this on a new line, so /n space, no space, what would you like to do? And let's say it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's see how that looks. I need to call this get menu again. Well, so yep, welcome. Please select from menu. What would you like to do? Boop, 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 boop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's good. And let's press enter. Now we need to do a while loop or error correcting, because we don't want them to enter 4. Actually, we forgot one thing. We want to make this an integer. So, we want to do int, wrap that around. So we want to get a number. So next we need to do while menu choice, so referring to the variable menu choice, is less than 1, or menu choice is greater than 4. So we don't want them to enter a number that's less than 1 or greater than 4. So let's put on a colon. So if it's less than 1 or greater than 4, we want to print invalid, an invalid statement. So we'll just say invalid choice. Please enter either 1, 2, 3, or 4. So let's try that out. Let's see how it looks. So we're going to enter 6 or 5. Let's enter 5. Oh, it's looping. Yep, so it's that bit's working, but it's in an infinite loop. So we'll do Control C to get out of that. So I crashed because it was an infinite loop. So we need to avoid that, which is fine. We'll address that in the next edit. So then we need to, so it was just printing that because it's always going to be true. So to get out of that, we need to do menu choice, and then we need to actually ask it again to break out of the loop. Because number 5 was always going to be true, and it was always just going to keep printing because it never was able to break out of it. So run. Great. So what you would normally do is, hold on. So let's enter 5 again. See how it broke out of the loop. So one way you can do this is if you wanted to test it out and not necessarily do an infinite loop, you can type in break, but just for testing. And it's not. I've been taught that I shouldn't be using break as part of good practice. So I'll get rid of the break now because I've been able to break out of the loop, and I want to print. I want to put that on a new line as well. I just make it look clean. Let's try 0. Great. What happens if I enter a letter? Okay, so it's not handling letters right now, but that's fine. We'll we may address that, or if we have time. So now I want to be able to give them an option to do stuff. So let's see. Let's put in some comments first. This is the welcome menu. Greeting. And then let's line this up. Presents menu option and user enters their choice. So what do we want to do next? We want to takes number option and calls relevant function. Great, so let's do that. So we'll do an if statement. So if menu underscore choice is equal to, we'll start with 1, then we will we'll make get withdrawal. Great. So this is a function which we haven't created yet. So to do that, we need to push this down, create another function. So we'll call this def get underscore withdrawal, and then let's just make sure it works. So let's just print this is withdrawal. So let's see if that works. I actually did not spell withdrawal correctly. Save. Let's run. So let's enter 1. This is withdrawal. Great. So that's working. Let's do another function for the free remaining. Yep, free remaining. So, oops. Okay, so let's just rename this one deposit, and then this one transfer, and balance, we'll just name it balance. So deposit, transfer, balance. So let's see if they work. Let's run. Let's enter a wrong thing, wrong number, yep. So let's enter 2. 2 didn't print, because we didn't code it yet. So we need to code it in the next bit. So under this if statement, we'll do else if, or elif, menu underscore choice is equal to 2. Then we'll call get deposit. Elif menu choice is equal to 3. We'll call, let's fix this one. We'll call get transfer. And then we'll do elif menu choice is equal to 4. We'll get balance. Great. So let's run and save all this and see what happens. So 1 works. Great. Let's run it again. 2, this is deposit, correct. So we want to systematically check all these to make sure it's coded and does what we want. Let's transfer 4. This is balance, and I misspelled balance, which is fine. Great. Done. So we have the rudimentary coding done. Now we actually need to start off with a balance. So we're gonna put this above all our coding, and we're gonna have our balance, and we'll just start off with $1,000. So we have a balance here. And then, so let's do balance first. F, your balance is curly bracket balance. Let's run that. I want to do balance is 4. Did I edit the right one? No, that's deposit. Silly me. Well, let's just see what happens. Copy that. Save that. Run. Oops. Yep. Run. That's okay for, yep, so it's getting my balance. Great, so let's make that a bit nicer. Your balance is $. For your balance is 100. Great. So now we need to actually put money into our balance when we deposit. So normally you would do something like this. Balance is equal to balance plus your deposit amount. And if we try to run this, so let's do number 2, and we want to deposit $2,000. CI says cannot access local variable balance. That's because this balance is now within this function. So this function cannot access a variable outside of it. So one thing you can do is actually make balance global. This means it works everywhere. And if we run that, 1,000, now we have $2,000. So you can use this, but it's bad practice. But for now, we're going to cheat and go ahead and use this. The reason why you don't want to use global variables is because when your coding gets very complex, you'll have a very hard time being able to track the errors and be very certain if your function is working within a local variable or outside of your function. So, and we'll just enhance this a bit by just doing plus equals deposit amount, and that's the same thing as what we wrote before. Now let's print your balance is $, and I think I want to put that on a new line as well. So let's see how that looks. Run. Two, 1,000. Great, your balance is that. So let's do withdrawal. So let's do the same thing. We'll just copy this. The deposit, we'll rename this deposit amount to withdrawal. In actuality, we could have kept the deposit amount because that variable is within a function and will only work within this function. So you can have multiple functions with the same name, all operating independently so long as they're confined within a function. But that would be bad. So let's change that to withdrawal. Run. So let's withdraw 500. Your balance is that. So what's happened? Oh, what happened? Ah, so we need to minus. And let's go ahead and run. 500. Your balance is $. Oh yes, I need to put in curly brackets. Balance. And ditto for this one. Let's fix this curly bracket up. Let's run. Let's do one, and we'll withdraw 500. Great, so that's working, and I put the $sign in the wrong spot. Right. Good. So now I want to be able to continue on without the programming just terminating. So right now, if I do anything, say I want to do a balance inquiry, the program terminates and I can't do anything with it. So I want to be able to keep looping back until I actually want to finish. So I might put in another if statement. And this time I'm going to do another elif. Elif menu underscore choice is equal to 5 this time, and this time what I'll do is I'll do a I'll do a global variable, and I'll call that continue menu, and I'll make the continue menu false. Great, and what I'll do is I'll insert continue menu up here, and I'll make that true for now. And when we type in menu 5, we'll print on a new line, goodbye. And let's see what happens. Let's do 4, my balance is 500. Okay, that didn't work. So let's run that and see if it allows us to continue. So it didn't continue, which means I need to put in another loop. So this time, let's call this, we'll do a main program. And within the main program, we'll do while continue menu is equal to true. We want to call the get menu function, which we created here. And now we actually need to change this. We need to call main. So instead of calling get menu before, we're going to treat it as like another function. We're going to call it like these other functions. So now our main function is going to be working. So let's see what happens. I want to do balance inquiry. Great, so it's asking me again. Great, so now that's looping. So now we just need to enhance the print out. And then we'll do 5 is equal to quit. Let's save that and run. So let's do a balance inquiry for, we have $1,000, and it's gone back to the welcome menu. That's good. Your balance is that. What I might do is I might put in a new line here. Just, oops. New line here. So balance inquiry for, yep, so your balance is $1,000. That's good. I want to put these statements on a new line. And great, so let's save that. Run, balance, $1,000. What would you like to do? I would like to deposit. How much would you like to deposit? $1,000. Your balance is what would I like to do? I'd like to withdraw 500. My balance is now 1,500. What would I like to do? 5 quit. Okay, so 5 quit did not quit. Did I code quitting? If so, it looks like it's just continuing on. Let's take a look at our code. And it looks like our syntax is wrong. We need to make that now 5. Let's change these to 5 so it prints out 5. Or 5. 5. Okay, let's see if now we can exit. 5. Great, now saying goodbye. So let's see if we have a almost fully functioning program. So let's do balance inquiry. It did all that and then it showed this all again. Gave you my options. So I have $1,000. I want to deposit to. I want to deposit $5,000. And now my balance is $6,000. What do I want to do next? I want to withdraw. So one option, I want to withdraw. Let's withdraw 10,000. Great, so I now owe $4,000 and then I'm going to run away. Let's do 5 and quit. Great. So that's the basics of the code. I didn't have time to do transfer. In actuality, I don't know what I'm going to do transfer. We may even need another account to do so we can transfer into it or transfer to someone else. A few enhancements. We haven't really done error checking. So we did one error checking was to make sure if the values fit between less than 1 or greater than 5. Anything outside of that or even a string. Let's see what happens if there's a string. Enter blah. So I haven't been able to handle strings yet. So that's an error. What else? We found that if I can withdraw more than $1,000. So let's see if we can stop people withdrawing more than what they balance. So let's change this into an if statement. If withdrawal underscore amount is less than is less than balance, print you don't have enough money, bro. Else, go ahead and do it. So let's see if that works. Else, put in the colon. So let's try to, did I do that for withdrawal? Yes, withdrawal. So I have that's my balance for is $1,000. I want to withdraw $2,000. That didn't work. Balance, oh okay, I didn't type in balance properly. Let's see if that runs. Withdraw $2,000 from my $1,000. Your balance is $1,000. That did not work. That did not work because I did less than. I need to be greater than. So let's run. let's withdraw $2,000. You don't have enough money, bro. And let's see if it actually did anything. Balance inquiry. I still have only $1,000. Okay, so let's now try to withdraw $500. Oops. Oh, well, they're checking it worked for the numbers. I want to do number 2. Let's deposit 500. So my balance is 1,500. I want to withdraw 1,500. My balance is now $0. Great. So now that's working. So there's a lot more enhancements that we can do, but we'll leave it at that. So let's just go over this very quickly. We started off with a balance of $1,000. We needed to create another variable so we could quit out of the system of our coding. So we did a variable continue menu, and it was set to true. So we had a main function. I just called it main, and I did a while loop. So while continue menu is equal to true, currently it is true, we will call the function get menu, and it'll print all of this. And then we are asking the person to input their choice, and we're coding that choice into an integer, and that's being assigned to the variable menu. And then we're actually error checking in this while loop. So if the menu choice is less than 1 or greater than 5, we're going to print invalid choice. Please choose either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to give them the menu choice again. And this is just going to keep happening until they give us a good choice. So let's delete break, because we're not actually using that. Then when the person gives us a choice, if the choice is equal to 1, we'll call the withdrawal menu. If it's 2, we'll do deposit. If it's 3, we'll get transfer, which we haven't coded, and 4, we'll do balance. And if they do 5, we'll access the global variable continue menu, and then we'll change continue menu to false. So that what that will do is it will trigger this bit here, the main function, and it's going to check to see if continue menu is set to false, or if continue menu is not set to true. If it isn't, it's actually going to terminate here. So I hope you enjoyed that. This is really how you would think about coding if you're just beginning out in Python, and there's a few bits of logic in here that you, and I hope that you sort of comprehended. Thank you very much.